Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have a LEGO Minecraft set, and I haven't looked at one of these in a long time, because I haven't bought one in a long time. I think I still have one that I haven't built from a long time ago, that I didn't care enough about to build. But, you know, if we avoid that, today we have set number 21148. This is Minecraft Steve Bigfig with Parrot, and this is one of a relatively interesting to me line of Minecraft sets that was released in 2019 on January 1st, and this one in particular came with 159 pieces for $14.99 as a retail price, and I didn't jump on it at retail. I decided to wait just a little while, and first clearance wave rolled around, and these went down to $9, and I was like, maybe. And I thought about it, and I waited too long, and they dropped to $5, and then I stopped thinking and just bought one. They had all three. I only bought Steve. I was really tempted by Alex, but I'm not a big fan of the Alex skin. I started playing the game before Alex was even introduced, so, you know, Steve's the true original there. And the skeleton I didn't really care about at all, but I was very tempted to get Alex as well. And, you know, maybe if this is a really good set, maybe I'll be really disappointed in myself for not buying that one. Because Alex does come with a chicken, Steve comes with a parrot. The chicken, in particular, was one that was really tempting to me. And here is Steve and the parrot all built up, and it's a decent size. I don't have a Steve figure on me right here, but I do have the next best thing, which is Kai, obviously. And, you know, this is pretty decent scale in comparison to a regular minifigure. You know, it's definitely a displayable size for the figure, and I think that it was well chosen. And for $15, it's not too small. We'll look at the parrot in a second, but obviously Steve is the big draw here. So, looking at him, first off, he does come on a 6x6 green plate as a stand, which, you know, it helps him stand up really easily. Definitely makes it a little bit sturdy. It's not really decorative or anything at all, so, you know, maybe that's an issue for you. Maybe it would have been nice to get a Minecraft or Bigfig Series 1 print, like they did with the original wave of Brickheads, but they dropped that from Brickheads, so I don't know, maybe it's not a good idea to do that. I don't know, maybe they decided that hindered the sets or something, but, you know, he can actually stand pretty well without the plate, even. I think the plate works and it adds to the set, but, you know, you can stand him without it, and he'll you can hit him and maybe he'll eventually fall over like that. But he can stand decently without it. He can even stand on one leg, so you can pose him in sort of a walking pose, which I guess that's sort of a more accurate Minecraft walking pose. And even there, his back foot isn't completely on the it's not completely on the ground. It's just balancing on the two front edges, and that works really well. And those just use a bunch of Mixel's ball joints, which, yes, they create a little bit of an unsightly gap there, but it honestly doesn't bother me too much, which, you know, is a little bit of an interesting thing to say. And obviously you could also pose him like that on one foot on the base. That works just as well. He does have this arm here, which can be posed up and down, and you notice it has a spot where you would be able to put an item like this pickaxe, which is actually based around a brand new mold for Minecraft pickaxe that just has the studs here and down on both sides, so that you can make it either, in this case, an iron pickaxe, I think is what that's supposed to represent. I think dark gray would be stone, but you know, that looks okay. I think that the mold for the sword that Alex gets is maybe better, but you'll notice with this arm, it's not posable, it just falls straight down. But that's because this has this genius feature that, I don't know, I just like a whole lot. From the back is a little bit unsightly. Maybe that yellow could have been this blue color, but other than that, the colors are consistent. I guess there's this dark tan here too, and there's also the fact that we have the tan going up all the way up here, so it's not the best looking thing from the back, but it doesn't look awful. I don't hate it, I don't love it, but, you know, it could be a whole lot worse, I'll just say. But the really cool feature here is that when you push down on this, his arm goes up and down, so you can kind of you know, hit it up and down, and it looks like he's mining a block, which that's pretty cool. Very, very simple feature. It's super easy to add in. Doesn't add in too many parts, and you know, it just works well. These are just a slightly lighter color. These are medium azure, while the rest is dark azure. This 4x4 plate with a 2x2 cutout is also new in that color. But yeah, that's a good feature. I like that, and definitely works in a figure of the scale. And the last thing is this head here. The two studs on top are so that you could attach a helmet, the build of which is used in the skeleton Bigfig set. So you could remove that helmet from the skeleton and place it onto his head if you wanted to, or you can build your own helmet, which, you know, it doesn't look like that one's too hard to build. But he does have a 2x4 printed tile for his face. You know, it works. It's nice to see it printed. And other than that, just the build around here works really well, and it's perfectly cubic. It works great, and it has some great articulation. You can basically spin the head all the way around like you can in the game, and, you know, look up and down and whatever direction you like. I guess this is the tilting side to side is the only thing that you really can't do in game, but like this or that, you know, that works really well, and I like the articulation of the neck quite a bit. And this parrot here is okay. I kind of wish we'd gotten a little bit of an eye print. I don't know how they would have done it particularly, but it just looks a little bit weird having the non-printed eyes when Steve has his face printed on. But the beak is represented well. He's got the feather sticking up there. He's got his feet, which these are a new piece that were introduced for these Minecraft Bigfigs. There's one used on Steve as well at the very bottom of his feet. I didn't point it out before, but that's how they transition from sideways, or from this way building to sideways, so that it fits onto the ground. But the parrot also can articulate the tail up and down. You can move his whole body up on the legs like that, and you can do that. No ball joints except for the wings here, which, you know, those work well. You can have them posed flying, and, you know, just like that. It looks okay. And the one thing that's a little bit of a shame to me is in the game you can have your parrots perch on your shoulder. So if instead of having this extra Technic whole brick here, which isn't really necessary for this set anyway, like if you block that off, you basically would avoid having this hole here, and it would look better. But if they could have turned one of these into one of these, basically the bricks that they use up here, in order to attach a potential helmet, would have been great if they could have put one there so that you could perch the parrot on his shoulder. It's a little bit too large in scale for the Steve figure. Like they aren't directly perfectly scaled. Like I believe the parrot would go up to the top of Steve's head approximately, and you know, it's just a little bit taller than that. But if it could have been possible to perch this up here, regardless of whether or not it scales perfectly, I think that would have been a nice little touch. But just having the parrot perch on the side, I think that this is still a pretty decent side animal build. Overall, I think that this set is actually like just as good as it looked. I was expecting there to be a catch, but this is, I mean, probably better than just the box image suggests. Like it looks really good from the front. Yeah, from the back it lacks a little bit of display ability, but you know, it's only $15. It's a cheap little thing. I'm happy with my purchase here. I think that these Bigfigs, I don't know, they take the proportions of Minecraft into Lego form, whereas a minifigure really can't represent the shape of a Minecraft player. I don't know. I like these better than the minifigure scaled Minecraft sets, which if you've watched any of my Minecraft reviews in the past, you'll know I'm not a massive fan of Lego Minecraft. But I don't know. These Bigfigs may have reinterested me in the theme. We'll have to see how it goes down in the future. But I'd be willing to bet if I run into Alex, or maybe even the skeleton, at $5 again, I'll probably end up picking one up. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.